Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. Zooming in on a very important component of a narcissist or a psychopath, which essentially is a narcissist on steroids. Even worse, personality disorder. We've gone into that on some videos here on this channel. However, I really want to help you identify, and I've really been able to go over this with a number of clients here who I've been consulting with. One of the real traits and hallmarks of a narcissist, either an overt narcissist or a covert narcissist, is that they constantly create the crazy making, brainwashing, cognitive dissonance, the chaos, all, excuse me for the shaking here, all the various defense mechanisms and tools essentially that they use. I'm sorry, not necessarily tools, but manipulative tactics that they use are essentially to create so much drama, so much chaos, so much brainwashing to keep them really in your attention and to keep you in mind. Ostensibly, they to create the point where you're always constantly having to think about them to the detriment of yourself and living your own life. So the narcissist will keep in mind that they always want to be able to maintain control and power over others. And they will do this through tactics of manipulation. Manipulation can be crazy making, where they're saying all sorts of things out of context that make you really wonder what they're talking about. Crazy making in terms of their cognitive dissonance, saying one thing and behaving in another, their name calling, all the various tactics of splitting, talking about you behind your back to other family members, which is termed splitting. These are all hallmark behavioral traits and manipulation tactics utilized by a narcissist to keep them in a position of superiority over others, so that others are essentially serving as supply. And whether it's negative attention that they're receiving or positive attention, they always want to be in the limelight, and they constantly want you to be thinking about them 24/7, so that you will limit you in your life and will create them as the center of your life, even if it's a negative center or a positive center. They constantly want you to be thinking about them, sending them affirmations in terms of, oh my gosh, your decorations are wonderful, or, wow, your family is doing so fantastic, congratulations on the new job. I mean, they just want you to be constantly fanning them and mirroring back their presence, their positive achievements, accomplishments. Sorry about the shaking here. And constantly be thinking about them in a position of power over you. And if you see this, really realize that this is really just a manipulation tactic. And you need to identify it as such and then let it go. Because the narcissist really takes a lot of energy from others. They really are like energy vampires. They really are, they will essentially suck the life out of people. And they do this, either unconsciously or consciously. The people in their life really, they don't realize it's happening until they're either so exhausted or sick. They've hit a rock bottom where they've been around such toxicity, such hostility, such crazy making, cognitive dissonance, all the pathological lying, the splitting. They've lived their life just to combat this, that essentially it's broken down their physical, emotional, and psychological body, weakened them on a physical level, to the point where you develop situations like cancer, osteoporosis, degenerative disc disease, the arthritis, the lupus, the immune system disorders, the chronic fatigue syndrome, the fibromyalgia. All these are very much have a component which is triggered by this stress. So you have to realize that this constant need for them to be in the limelight, to be in attention, creates an undue and dramatic amount of stress on the people in their environment. So they're constantly thinking about them, having to constantly be responding, giving them attention, giving them, mirroring them and their affirmations, mirroring them in terms of, constantly still promoting where they're at in the family. Oh my God, congratulations on this, congratulations on that. You this, you that. It's constantly, you're having to feed them. And this role as supply can really start to drain people and break people down physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. So if you find that this narcissist, covert, overt, or psychopath wants you to constantly be, in your attention, you need to let them go. You need to cut it off, because it's creating an undue amount of duress and stress from you. It's going to cause a lot of stress-related illness. But furthermore, you're not able to live your own life and fulfill your own destiny, because they're not doing the same for you. It's not a healthy, balanced relationship. They are, in essence, creating a role for you to serve them as subservient by constantly having to worry about their reactions. I just kind of lump it all into one situation, which you essentially have to let them go and stop that role of being their supply, constantly thinking about them, constantly responding to them, because they're not providing you the same sustenance in return. And that is not healthy. That is narcissistic abuse. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos help. Please do share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.